Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be controversial. We're going to be extra, super, amazingly controversial. I saw a couple other YouTubers do this video and I wanted to jump in on it because I just like to talk. So there was this post on Reddit and it got a lot of attention and it says, what's something you wish you could ask trans people without any judgment? So I was like, I'm a trans person without any judgment. I can read these questions, answer them. So here's a bunch of questions that people are too scared to ask trans people. What questions do you wish people would stop asking you? When I was younger and I first transitioned, the main question was always, which restroom do you use or which one are you going to use? Another question I actually got asked a lot was, what if you see a in the bathroom? I have been using the men's bathroom for 10 years now and I actually have never seen one. Look, the cops are here. We're not allowed to talk about this anymore. Sorry. Someone replied and said assumptions, which I also agree with. There's a lot of assumptions that get made all the time about trans people. I think one of the most common ones is your sexuality. I feel like everyone always assumes that trans people are pansexual or something. Is there any part of you that is genuinely worried that it is just a phase? I transitioned when I was 16 and I'm 26 now, and I've never thought that it was a phase or anything like that. When I first transitioned, I just wanted to make sure that this is how I felt, and I was very sure about it because I felt like that when I was very, very young. I was like, all right, but before I start testosterone, because I know the permanent things about it, I am 100% sure, and I said yes every time. So that was the only time that I actually was really like, make sure that this is how you feel. Do you ever miss being the gender you were before? Absolutely not. I would rather tie myself to the back of a Jeep with a rope around my ankle, like they do in the cartoons, and have somebody floor it down a cement road for 10 minutes straight than go back to being a girl. But I would probably rather be a girl for a day than get tied to a Jeep and have somebody floor it. For those born with unisex names such as Alex, do you still feel the need to change your name to reflect your new identity? So what's really cool about this is I've been called Sam my entire life. So I just kept it because I was used to it and everybody else was used to it and it was the easiest option and it's unisex, so it's fine. Yeah, it was easy and I wanted my mom to be able to keep the name that she gave me. Does physical surgery / modification help as it's more of a mental thing? Yeah, of course it does, but for me, I still have dysphoria. I think I'll always have dysphoria. It doesn't matter how many surgeries I have or whatever. I know that I was born one way and I know that I'm trans. So I think maybe I just have it. I'm just transphobic. I'm just joking. No, I'm not. My heart is transphobic. It's in my fucking blood. What does it mean when you feel like a girl or boy? I'm biologically female and I identify as a woman, but I don't feel like a woman. I just am. So what do you mean by that? This was a really good question because it made me confused. Somebody said, ask Shania Twain. I would love to call up Shania Twain and ask her. I was going to say we could also ask Whitney Houston because she's every woman. But somebody replied and said, for me, it wasn't so much feeling like a girl. Honestly, I'm not ever really sure what that means either. I have no point of comparison. I just feel like me. What I do feel, though, is very unhappy with certain parts and aspects of my body, and I just feel a whole lot better about myself presenting as female, just like happier in general, more comfortable, etc. Honestly, I feel like the whole describing it as feeling like you are the opposite gender thing is a bit misleading. It's honestly one of those things that prevented me from recognizing that I was trans for a while. For quite a while, even though I felt like I wanted to be a girl if I could and would be happier as one, I just thought because I didn't feel like a girl, that must mean I wasn't trans. I think she answered that question perfectly, to be honest, because I feel the same way. It was my dysphoria that made me be like, whoa, like what is that? So I was uncomfortable with everything about myself and being a girl and being viewed as a girl. I just didn't like the idea of any of that or how it felt. It's really weird to describe the feeling. But yeah, that's what gave me that push to actually go see a therapist and stuff like that, because eventually the feeling just gets way too overwhelming and you have to make a decision. I would ask, is it offensive when others refer to you as trans women or trans men rather than women or men? For me personally, I don't care if you call me a trans man or a man. It doesn't matter, but some people don't like that. You can call me anything you want. Not anything you want. But either of those options are totally cool. Cis declaration of pronouns on social media / emails. Is it useful? I don't think anything bad can come from it. I know that people were complaining about it, but I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a necessary thing. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, right? But when I do see people with that in their bios, I do assume that they are cool with trans people. Like, they're absolutely not transphobic at all. So it is kind of like a little subliminal, I'm an ally type of thing, which is really cool. It does make me smile when I see it because I think it's really sweet. Yeah, even though I don't do it myself, I feel like almost me, if I did that, I feel like I would be dysphoric for some reason. Do you think it's necessary to disclose to all partners that you're trans, even if you were practically indistinguishable from a cis person? For me, I think you should tell people when you're dating them that you are trans, because you know, you can get yourself into a bad situation. You could be with a transphobe, and who wants to be with a transphobe? Or you could just be wasting your time and the other person's time because it's just it's just not going to work. But at the same time, I don't think you have to announce it to the world that you're trans. If there's a cute girl in the coffee shop and you guys are exchanging numbers, you're not gonna be like, and I'm trans, by the way. I just don't think it's necessary. And if you have a first date and they're cool and you want to keep talking, be like, hey, by the way, I'm trans, this, that, whatever. I'm tired. I mean, thank God I have a perfect mattress behind me, which is also the sponsor of today's video, Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep is the place to find the perfect mattress for you. So I've had my Helix for a few years now, and I want to share that with you guys. It's right back there. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your needs, and it gets shipped right to your door. Yeah, everybody is different, and Helix knows that. So they created this sleep quiz that you could take online. It takes like 30 seconds, not even that long. This quiz matches your unique body type and sleep preferences to find that perfect mattress for you. So here's the quiz. They ask you a couple of things about sleeping. So I checked off that I'm a stomach sleeper, because I am. And then after that, they ask you what type of mattress you like, and I like a firm mattress, so that's what I clicked. And then they ask you if you wake up with any back pain, and I do not at all, because I sleep on a Helix mattress, actually. So I got matched with their Helix Dawn mattress. Actually, I have their Dawn Luxe mattress, which is the one right here. It's a step up from the Dawn. It's awesome. It's amazing, as you can see here. Love the color, too. Very pretty. And it's super comfy. It's one of their firm mattresses, and I love firm mattresses, so that was a great match for me. And this is the mattress in person. This is my mattress right here. I wanted to show you guys so you could see how firm it is, so I'm just going to touch it a little bit. Yeah, anybody who has ever sat on that bed or laid on that bed has complimented me about that bed, and they asked where I got it. And guess what I tell them? I got it at Helix Sleep. So yeah, it is a great mattress. And the best part about all this is that Helix delivers all of that right to your door. And they actually give free shipping within the US. It comes rolled up in a box, so all you have to do is open the box. It's very easy to set up. And if it makes you nervous to buy something you've never tried before, Helix actually has a 100-night sleep trial. So you get more than 3 months to make sure that you love it. And if you don't, they'll come pick it up. You'll get a full refund. You're good to go. And they even offer financing options and flexible payment plans. I love my Helix, and I think you will too. So if you want to check out any of their products, you can go to the link below in my description. I'll put it there, or you can go to this link right here. It's helixsleep.com/samcollins. And when you go to that link, you will get $200 off of your mattress plus 2 free pillows. So yeah, check it out. It'll be in my description. Thank you for listening. When is the point where you go, okay, from this day on, I will be a insert new pronoun here? I don't think, like, I didn't wake up one day and I was like, all right, today's the day. I don't even remember, to be honest, but it was over time. I already knew that I wanted to be Sam and he and him. I mean, it's probably the day that you transition, like you get your hair cut or whatever. How do some of you guys choose the worst fucking names despite all your options? I'm looking at some of you right now. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Nice name you got. Did you pick that out yourself? Does HRT result in any stereotype gains? Like, do trans women steal fries more? Do their feet get cold at night now? Do trans men start the head nod thing? Are they more fascinated by the tool aisle in Home Depot? I fucking love tools now. Before, I used to hate tools, and then I started injecting myself with hormones, testosterone to be specific, and then all I did was go to Home Depot every weekend. I couldn't help myself. Yeah, I think there are definitely stereotype gains, though. It is always hot. I am always sweating, and I am always hot. I'm Shane Dawson. No, I'm not. Does it change your sexual preference? For example, if you were a man attracted to women, does transitioning into a woman make you attracted to men? Or you stay attracted to women and become a lesbian? I think it does for a lot of people, because when you are pre-transition, you are not comfortable in your body for the most part. You're not comfortable with who you are, whatever. Something has to change in transition. So once you make that transition, and once people start viewing you, I'm just going to use FTMs as an example. When you start getting viewed as a man, you might be like, oh, I actually like being perceived by men in this way, when you might not have before. I feel like that's a pretty good theory when it comes to shifting sexualities. I feel like if people's sexualities do change, because I know a lot of trans people who, after they've been in transition for a while, their sexuality changed, or they understood what their sexuality was now. For me personally, I always liked girls growing up. I never batted an eye at a guy. And even after I transitioned, I still like women. But yeah, everybody's different and they all have different experiences. What's the funniest reaction you've had from people discovering you were trans? I don't think I've really had super funny moments, but people being really shocked and not believing me is kind of funny, because they will literally ask me like a good 5 more times, "You're not joking, you're not joking." So that's kind of funny. Do you think children should be able to undergo the steps to transition? And what do you make of adults expressing regrets after they did it? Yeah, I think children should be able to transition because, like I said, I knew when I was a kid, if I could have transitioned when I was a little kid, it would have been the best time of my life. But that child or teenager, whatever, should be in therapy. They should be seeing a gender therapist to like affirm everything that they're feeling, and they should continue with that throughout as they get older. But you can only do so much for a kid with transitioning because you can't take hormones and you can't get surgery, so you can just only do a little bit. But for the question about people who detransition, people detransition for all different types of reasons, and I don't think that should have any type of say in what I can do. I'm trans and I want to be able to take hormones and stuff like that. I just think that humans can't be right 100% of the time when I think about detransitioning, and there's also a bunch of different reasons why somebody would detransition, but it would be impossible for everyone who is trans to say that way, because some people just, I don't know what happens, but it happens. They detransition. I've been going strong 10 years. Hopefully I can go another 10, and you know, if that synthetic testosterone doesn't get me by then. Trans men, why is your beard better than mine? Seriously jealous over here. I can't even grow sideburns. I hope you're jealous. I hope you're super jealous. I can't even grow a beard. I know so many trans men who can grow a beard, it just doesn't happen for me. If we discover that there is a physical cause to gender dysphoria, like a hormonal imbalance, would you take medication to correct that issue, and therefore no longer needing to be trans? Would you take this medication before transitioning, after, or either? I would rather live as who I was before if I didn't feel like this. Like, that's the only reason that I transitioned. So, but yeah, if I could correct that and just live as who I was before, yeah, I would, because you wouldn't have to take hormones, you wouldn't have to transition, you wouldn't have to have surgeries, you wouldn't have to do any of that stuff, you wouldn't have to go through all this annoying stuff with society. Absolutely. Anyways, that was the last question, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I actually had a lot of fun filming this, and if you still have any questions for a trans guy, I'm right here. You can ask me. And yeah, I will see all of you guys next week with a new video. Thank you for watching.